Hey everybody, welcome back to Peachy Disc Golf. Today I am here at the Rum Village Disc Golf Course in South Bend, Indiana, and I am going to be doing a 12-hole challenge using only Prodigy's two most understable fairway drivers, the F7 and the brand new F9. Should be an interesting challenge on a course I've never played before. Let's go. So we have Prodigy's most understable fairway drivers. We have the F7 and the F9. The F7, I think the numbers actually recently changed. On Prodigy's website, it's listed as 8.6, -3.1. And then we have the F9, brand new, their most understable driver at 8.6, -4, 0.5. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna flip, see which one of these discs we're gonna start off with, and basically play the whole hole using one of these discs, and then on the next hole, we'll alternate to the other. And then we'll just keep going back and forth and see how well we shoot. All right, so real quick, we'll flip heads. We're gonna start with the F7. Tails, we'll start with the F9. And it's heads, so we're gonna start with the F7 here on hole 13. All right, hole 13, par 3, 240 feet. You can see the basket straight ahead here. So we have a really narrow straight gap, or there's a wider turnover gap on the left. So we're gonna try going for that with the F7, and we'll see just how much turn we get out of this. I'm squaring that tree. Oh, I just nicked it actually. That was a pretty nice flight. It wasn't like uncontrollably understable. It was definitely going to the right. Okay, so I apparently was parked to whatever pin position this is. All right, little tap in for a par to start. Hole 14, par 3, 355 feet. I don't see the basket at all, so I have no clue where I'm going. But it says it's sort of a bend to the right in some capacity. Basically, I'm just throwing it straight ahead and hoping that this disc keeps turning. The F9, Prodigy's most understable fairway driver, is so domey. It does not feel amazing in the hand. It's not uncomfortable. The rim size is great, but it is very domey. Let's see where it ends up. It's still going right. It hit a tree. There was no fight in that. Honestly, not a bad spot for the F9 here. So I think my plan is gonna be to try to pure this gap right in front of me, throw it straight, maybe even a little hyzer, have it flip up, turn to the right, keep going to the basket. Keep turning? Okay. So it's got some fight if you throw it really soft. All right, well, this was even worse than I thought. This is like long of the basket, left of the basket, way outside in circle 2 here. Okay, getting a bogey. All right, hole 15, par 3, 252 feet up the hill. So unfortunately the sign is like blocking the camera angle where I would want to have it going. So we're going F7 now. I'm gonna go straight at it down this gap in the middle, flat and hard, and let's see how it goes. Oh, miss it. Ooh. Oh, I might have circle 1 look there. Unfortunately, we are putting with the F7. I don't think I'm gonna make this. Oh God. That feels so awkward putting. On UDisc, hole 16 is 518 feet, par 4. I have no clue where it is. It's down that way, somewhere. We're throwing the F9. I'm gonna throw it hard. I'm throwing it on hyzer. Oh my God. That went way to the right. All right, I'm pretty sure I'm in the fairway for another hole. So I'm gonna throw this real quick. I sort of saw the basket. Oh yeah, it's straight ahead. Oh my God. This is a weird disc. Now it's overstable. Oh no. Well, okay. If I throw it soft, it's gonna fade. So I gotta throw to the right of these trees and then have it fade to the basket. So this should be okay, as long as I don't throw it too hard. Get there. Oh, nice. Okay, we're saving par at least. This is a squirrely disc. It just shows though, if you need a good understable disc, if you want to get hyzer flips and stuff, F9 might be a good learning tool. Hole 17 is 460 feet. It's a par 4. Basket's that way somewhere. There are so many blind holes on this course, but we're going with F7. We're gonna go hyzer flip down this right gap and just keep it straight. Hopefully it has a little baby fade at the end. Oh yeah, look at that. I threw it low, but that had a nice hyzer flip to flat. Not that much fade. If I gave it a little more height, probably would have had a nice finish to the left, but that's right where I was throwing it, and that was the line I wanted. You can see the basket ahead. So we got a long carry to go still. I threw this one too low into the hill, unfortunately. Just give it a touch of Annie, let it hold the turn, and then maybe if I give it enough height, it'll have a little fade at the end. Uh-oh, too much turn. Oh, dang it. Oh, too soft. Skip up. Okay, I think that's like a 10-foot putt. Okay, this got closer than I thought. So we should be able to salvage our par. Or not. I got too full of myself. Hole 18, 304 feet, par 3. Big turnover shot. If we go straight down this opening here, go to the right, you can see the basket in between some trees there. F9, go throw it hard and flat. Apparently if I throw it hard, it'll go right. Oh yeah. That is beautiful. That was a great throw with the F9. So I threw that about 80% power, pretty flat, and it definitely held the turn all the way through its flight. I find if I throw 100% power, it just burns over. So that was a really nice flight. So it just means to use this, you don't really want to rip it too hard, but if you give it some power, it'll turn. And we got a circle 1 tap in for par. Hole 19, 250 feet, par 3. You can sort of see the basket. I'll zoom in on it so you can actually see where it is. We could just throw over the brush to the basket, which honestly is probably the better idea with the F7, but I'm gonna see how much turn we can get out of this. I am gonna have to put a little anhyzer on this to get that turn, I believe. If this was the F9, I could just throw it flat, trust it'll turn to the basket. But here we go, F7. Not enough. I didn't put enough anhyzer on it. So, wow, that got a lot of distance. So that F7 is definitely more controllable than the F9. I really like both of them actually for different reasons, but we'll talk about it at the end of the video with my final thoughts. Hit the pole, 5 feet. Hole 20, 268 feet, par 3. Our first really wooded hole of the whole track so far. I don't see the basket. Story of my life here, but I think there's like a little bend to the left here at the end of this fairway. So it looks like the ideal line would be sort of out here with something gently overstable past that little skinny tree. So naturally we're going with the F9. We're gonna put it on hyzer, and I just do not want to lose this in the dense wood. So I'm gonna try not to throw this too hard. It didn't help. It's gone. Oh my God, it hit nothing. All right, amazing footage here, but I think you can see the disc. It's not that dense back here actually. It was pretty easy to find. Luckily I'm not throwing multiple, so I was able to walk straight to it. I think I even have a window. I don't see the basket, but I think I can get out. All right, fairway. I'm surprised the F9 flipped as much as it did. I thought I threw it soft enough, but it definitely flipped. Oh. Okay, I have an awkward straddle for bogey, but luckily it's only 5 feet. Said that last time. Got it this time. Hole 21, 316 feet, par 3. The basket, it says, is going to be to the right. We got a nice narrow tunnel to go down first though. We're going with the F7 here, and we're gonna basically, I think I'm just gonna throw it flat and hard. I think I'm gonna try to go full power on it. I haven't really done that yet. I've come close, I think, But we're gonna go full power, F7. Maybe we can get it to turn to the right the whole way. Oh, make it out. Oh, I caught something, but I don't think I'm in the woods. That was a pretty decent shot with the F7. I see you. It held the anhyzer, which is what I was hoping it would do. Oh God. Oh no, I just squandered it. I would say this is like a 60% make for me with my putter. With this driver, probably 10%. No. Oh man, that sucks. Hole 22, 254 feet, par 3. I don't see the basket. We got a double mando though. We got this tree on the left, then that tree on the right. So we gotta make it through there. We're going F9 here. We got the dog park to the right. So we gotta try not to get the disc stuck in there. Ooh, it's still flipping. I made the mandos though. All right, I misplayed the heck out of this hole. Apparently it's to the left. It's not just straight ahead. I thought it was just behind a tree straight ahead. Oh, it's gonna fade too much. Oh, I didn't give it enough at all. There's a disc in the basket, what the heck? I didn't ace. Circle's edge putt with the F9. Can he do it? Nope. Hole 23, par 3, 275 feet. The basket is straight ahead. So we got this big open gap to the right of that big tree in the middle. If I put a little hyzer on the F7 here and let it go to the left, this might be a pretty good disc for this shot actually, because it is uphill. So we just want to get a nice, strong hyzer flip. Just got to give it the height. Oh, too flat to anhyzer. It's still okay. Actually, that'll be a putt look. I think I might be edge of circle there. I was wrong. The basket was definitely further back than I thought. Oh. Last hole, hole 24, par 3, 340 feet, basket in the middle of this big gap right in the center. It's getting really dark. My ISO, it's off the charts on the camera, so hopefully this isn't too grainy. Wrapping up with the F9. So I think what I want to do, just for fun, we're gonna throw this hard on a steep hyzer and let's just see what it does. Oh, I squared that tree. All right, I left a lot of work here. We gotta rush. It's getting dark real fast. Ooh, no fade. A little fade. Okay, not bad. After that tee shot, I could not hope for a better position here. We got a chance to save par. Circle 1, like 20 feet, putting with the F9. Oh, just short. Putting is so uncomfortable with drivers. Honestly, after that tee shot, I was not expecting a par. That would have been a bonus par, but finished off with a bogey. Didn't play that well with these. It's getting dark though. I'll give you my final thoughts once I get back home. All right, well, I am back home, so I thought real quick I'd give you my final thoughts of both the F7 and the F9 here. And overall, I am really impressed with both of these discs. With the F9 in particular, I didn't think I was gonna like it. I thought it was gonna be way too understable. When I first got this disc, I threw it a few times and I was just like flipping it over immediately, not getting much distance out of that. And you sort of saw that at the beginning of the challenge as well. But as I got a little more used to it, I realized like what speed really works for this F9. And because of that, I've actually added this disc to my bag. Even earlier today, I was playing at a course called The Tracks down in McDonough, Georgia. And there was one shot that really stuck out to me using this disc. It was a 300-foot shot with an arcing left to right turn the entire way down to the basket, pretty narrow fairway with a bunch of woods on the left and the right. And I just took the F9, threw it on a little bit of hyzer, didn't throw it too hard either. It flipped up and turned, and it just rode the angle of the fairway the entire way, and I was left with like a good circle 2 jump putt. Didn't make it, but this was like the perfect disc for that shot. And I found another good use case for the F9. is for like scramble shots. If I'm like stuck behind a tree and I still need to get a little bit of movement to the right, I could take this disc out and know I don't have to throw it full power, and I can still get a little bit of turn. Or if I want to get a little more distance but just can't get a full run up, I'll pull the F9 out and know that if I'm not throwing it full power, it'll still ride straight, maybe have a little move to the right, but if I throw it really soft, I'll even get just a normal fade out of it as well. So because of that, I have found some utility with this F9. With the F7, I personally am not adding this one to the bag right now, only because to me it flies sort of similar to my Stag. This might be a little bit more understable, but not by too much. However, I could see adding this to the bag if I had a little more space for it. Or so if I end up taking something out and want something between my Stag and my F9, that's what this would fill. It's not a shot that I need very often. Usually in that case, I'll just take the F9 and just throw it soft, or I'll put a little anhyzer on with the Stag. Overall though, I really did like throwing this disc. It's definitely easier to control. I can throw this disc full power. If I throw it on hyzer, it will flip and turn, but not completely burn over to the right. And if I just throw it flat and controlled, I'll get a nice little S shape out of it. So this is another really fun disc to use. I'm kind of sad that I'm not adding it to the bag actually. Maybe I'll try to make room for it because like I said, with both of these discs, I ended up being pretty impressed with them. So if you're in the market for some understable fairway drivers, both of these seem like they would be pretty good options. If you have a faster arm speed, you probably want to stick with the F7, if that at all. You might even want to go to something more stable if you have a stronger arm speed than myself. But if you're a beginner just getting into the sport, this F9 might be a great learning tool as well, because you do not need a lot of power to hyzer flip this disc or get nice little turnover shots with it. It is very fun to throw at low speeds. But that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet, I would greatly appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. If you enjoyed watching this little challenge video, be sure to give this one a thumbs up and ring that notification bell so you can be notified when our next episode comes out. Until next time, guys, cheers.